Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. So our first project today is trying to get New Grenada into our market. So let's see what they need. They need ironclads, and they need luxury furniture, wine, and lead. Ironclads, luxury furniture, wine, and lead. That's the starting point. Alright. Moving right along here. The luxury clothes, coal, iron, and paper. Luxury clothes, coal, iron, and paper. What are they exporting a lot of? A lot of stuff. We got a lot of liquor, opium. Liquor, opium, dyes. Nothing. Not a lot of else we need. Liquor, opium, and dyes, though. Liquor, opium, and dyes. All right. So that should be fine. We got a fascist uprising in Mecklenburg right now. So hopefully that'll be able to sort that out in good order. So now that we're together, any interest in our customs union? No. Interesting. We could potentially get there, though. We are improving relations, so, you know, once relations are up, we'll be able to do that. Mecklenburg is sorted out. So once that war's over, what do I want to do? I'm going to grab another small country at the 11th hour. Or should I save my infamy? So timeline on Tripolitania is a year, January of 34. And that should give me just about enough time to get some more oil wells built before the end of the game. The hedge, having a normal one. The Esterhazy trial. Insisting that Alfred Dreyfus has been falsely convicted, his supporters have identified Ferdinand Walson Esterhazy as the likely culprit. Esterhazy, however, has now been acquitted by the armed forces in a closed-door trial, subsequently shaving his mustache and fleeing the country. In summary, not only do we intercept a letter from the military attaché addressed directly to Esterhazy, not only does his handwriting fit the bordereau much better than Dreyfus's, and not only is he neck-high in debt, but the man admits his contempt for France and her army in writ. Honorable generals, do you truly not see what I see? Monsieur le Capitaine, we only see a man overstepping his bounds. The true culprit has already been caught, his treacherous nature exposed for all to see. Consider this a closed affair. Highly suspicious, or surely the armed forces knows what they're doing. This makes the armed forces stronger. Interesting. I'm just going to go with highly suspicious, and we'll see what happens. We'll await the publication of J'accuse. We'll see if the government of Liège will be willing to become a protectorate of mine, and if not, then we won't worry about it. We're almost there. Come on, get there. Anything? No. Alright, so in that case, we will declare neutrality. J'accuse. A scathing newspaper opinion has been published in the newspaper L'Aurore by Émile Zola, accusing the French government and the armed forces of anti-Semitism and the unlawful conviction of Alfred Dreyfus. I accuse the three handwriting reports of having made false and fraudulent reports. Handwriting experts of having made false and fraudulent reports, unless a medical examination declares them suffering from vision and judgment diseases. I accuse the war offices of having carried out in the press an abominable campaign to mislead the public opinion and to cover up their faults. Finally, I accuse the First Council of War of having violated the law by condemning an accused with unrevealed evidence. And I accuse the Second War Gesundheit and I accuse the Second Council of War of having covered this illegality by order, by committing in turn the legal crime of knowingly acquitting a culprit. A spark lit, now comes the blaze. Dreyfus's case strength increases by 1, or the truth is on the march and nothing shall stop it. Dreyfus's case strength increases by 1. As the government conducted an early inquiry, Dreyfus's case strength increases by an additional 1. I'm going to do the second one. We're going to get justice for Dreyfus. Okay, here we go. So the current strength of the case is weak. This would likely result in reincarceration. Progress is 0%. We had 0.60. I don't know if this is going to pop off before the end of the game, but I'll read it to you anyway. I know I said last episode I wasn't going to, but, you know, all in good fun. Since the publication of Jacques, a growing discord has been threatening to tear the social and political fabric of France asunder. What started as a debate about the innocence of a single man has taken on far greater dimensions. Monarchists pitted against Republicans, liberals against conservatives, and devout Catholics against secularists, all attempting to settle the question once and for all. Is our country the France of St. Louis or the France of Voltaire? Will complete if momentum for a retrial is steadily growing in France, and one is likely to be held in 5 years unless affected by other events. Okay, so there's a chance. The fate of Dreyfus will depend on the thoroughness of the case built in his support. Case of 10 or above will result in total exoneration. 5 to 9 will result in lesser sentence, and 4 or less will be reincarceration. If completed, triggers event the retrial. The outcome of the retrial will have wider implications for French society. Each man kills the thing he loves. The infamous dandy playwright, Oscar Garrigou, has been sentenced to 2 years of hard labor on charge of homosexuality. If he doesn't receive a pardon, we may as well have sentenced the arts in the Kingdom of France along with him. It has all the terrible beauty of a Greek tragedy, a tragedy in which I took part. The books that the world calls immoral are books that show the world in its own shame. A genius deserves an exemption. Happier intelligentsia, mad Catholic Church. And he'll be set free. Is he a character? He's an intelligentsia communist. He's romantic and experienced political order. He's also very old. We cannot be seen undermining our judges' verdicts. 25 extra authority, petite bourgeoisie, salty. It is barbaric for this to be a criminal act at all. Academics become loyalist, clergymen become radical. Well, that's interesting. I can decriminalize homosexuality. Okay, hold on. What are the implications of this? 20% of academics become loyalist, 10% of clergymen become radical. So, Tahitian diplomatic revolt. Let's go ahead and put put an army in Tahiti and then get back to it. So, I'm going to take a look at the population census data. We want priests and... Okay. 3.4 million priests, 321,000 academics. It's not even close. Alright, so decriminalizing homosexuality is not valuable in this context. So I can either get some extra authority and piss off the petit bourgeois, or I can piss off the church and make the intelligentsia happy. Making the intelligentsia happy doesn't have any value to me. Keeping the petit bourgeois happy, particularly with this bonus here, is very good, though. So I think we're going to go with the first one. Despite the fact that will make the church salty, I can keep their... they're at plus 13, so I'm not super worried about it. And Britain is in... there's another revolution in New South Wales. Gosh, things are really popping off over there, Britain. Britain, are you sure you can deal with all this? Sure would be nice if you had a friend to help you. What if you gave me a state? What if you gave me British Guinea? I know you're itching to give me British Guinea. Spain sides with Great Britain. Well, enjoy that. Russia is in a war against Punjab. Hey, there's antibiotics unlocked. I'm going to go ahead and put healthcare up another level. Hey, New Grenada, you want to be in my customs union yet? Not yet, sadly. It's their own loss, though, really. This diplomatic play in Punjab, I don't think I'm going to be interested in. Certainly not this one. I can declare neutrality in this right away. I don't want New South Wales. That country seems really unstable. I would offer Punjab. Ask for war goals. Great country. Bunch of territory I could liberate. Transfer a subject. Just Finland. It's not useful. No, I'm not worried about that. Prussia will give us an obligation. No, thank you. I don't desire an obligation from you. Offer me something better. Offer me Finland. Give me Finland. Can I get Finland? No. Can I get a bankroll? Oh my goodness. We're getting real silly here, friends. You think we bankrupted Britain? Russia refused. They got it from the United States instead. That's perfectly fine. It would have been really funny if we could bankrupt Russia as well. I like this favor system. I think this is rad. Bourgeois revolt in Hesse. They will not become a subject. No, Hesse is communist. Interesting. Bourgeois revolt of, yeah, petit bourgeois church landowners. Interesting. Very interesting, in fact. This business in Russia, we're just going to let this go. You know, I don't need to be involved in that. And then we got another revolt in Congo. Fascists Congo will not become a subject. Communo-fascists. Technocratic presidential... Oh, okay. They're a technocratic presidential republic. They've just got a communist kind of logo. Actually, laissez-faire mercantilists. That's very funny. All right, you got me. You got me. Omani peasant revolt. That's fun. And what about the government? Will you become my vassal? No. All right. Don't need to be involved in that. Alright, so, peasant revolt in Oman. Right, so I can't go directly there, but I can relocate the army of West Africa over there to eventually deal with it. And then we'll grab Escadre de la Méditerranée to go and sort it out as well. And we'll do a naval invasion there when the time comes, just the same as we've always been doing. Seems we've succeeded in our war in Tahiti. So I'm pretty confident about that as well. Congo would not be willing to become a subject. That's not this Congo, though. Where are you? Here. Oh, interesting. That's neat. Egypt will offer to support us. I'm soon to resolve the obligation. I don't need your support, Egypt. Alright. And so this... Neither of these two countries will become a subject. So we'll just go ahead and declare neutrality on this. We'll let that go. We'll let that go for the time being. We got a kind of a down pace set of songs this time around. I wonder if we could... Let's just get going here. I don't know if this one's a little bit more upbeat. We'll find out, I suppose. It's only August. It's only August. I'm getting antsy. I'm getting really excited. Let's station the Army of Latin America in North Africa, just for the moment. Just for a minute. I suppose I could reduce... Oh, no, I can't, because I'm still in a war. I would like them to be blue. It's funny. It's like I don't even need the money. I like them blue. I like seeing my colors all over the world. Do I have any interactions with this? Not really. Not at the moment, at least. I'm sure we'll get more stuff popping off as we go on, but not for the moment. still eyeing Java, trying to get them blue as well, because then we'll have blue basically all across Indonesia and Southeast Asia, and that'll make me really happy. If I reduce Siam's autonomy and Dai Nam's, I can get Luang Prabang and Cambodia blue as well, because they'll become my dominions, I think. Diplomatic play is popping off here. Still trying to increase relations with Denmark. Are you guys loyal yet? No, you're still rebellious. Well, don't look at me, man. Look at Britain. They're the ones who fobbed you off on me. I say extremely, extremely rudely. Let me see. So, Guatemala. If I reduce your autonomy, it's going to be 1.5, 1.2 infamy. You will accept. I'm very pleased with that outcome. Let's do it. They've accepted. They'll be blue in good time. Fight's about to pop off. So let's go ahead and invade. We got the Army of West Africa here. And then we have a religious revolt in Nassau. Nassau looks like it might be doing a communism. Oh, they're doing a big communism. They're deep into communism. Because the religious revolts are doing an oligarchic monarchy, but still with cooperative ownership, which is really interesting. I'm definitely interested in supporting you, but not without getting a subject out of it. Bundeli Proletarian Revolt, don't need to involve myself in that unless, of course, you're going to become a subject, but you're not. And then we've got a situation going on in IT. I guess we'll grab the Army of Latin America and put them back in the zone. You can do it, Army of Latin America. I believe in you. Maximilian von Saxe-Coburg-Gotha, exiled from Saxe-Coburg-Gotha. That's kind of on the nose, I would say. Successful naval invasion, wonderful. Put the Army of West Africa back in Africa. Again, I'm just kind of stationing armies in this general area in preparation for my potential invasion of Tripolitania, which I know is about to pop off. That'll give us a bunch of oil wells, which I'll be very, very, very excited about. I'm going to be so excited. You're going to understand how excited I am. United States don't need an obligation for... Don't want to owe you an obligation over Haiti. Offer it for... Great Britain, why are you always pulling Spain in revolts you could win yourself? Great Britain, are you totally goofed? Did I have I perma-goofed your debt? Oh no, you're practically out of debt. You'll be just fine. You'll be just fine. Institutions look like they've suffered a little bit, but they're doing okay overall. We got an exile from Uluru. That's fun. So this Nassau religious revolts, I think I'm just going to let this one go. Adolf Kahlert from Schwarzburg. And this Bundeli Proletarian revolts, I think that's over there. Yeah, we'll go ahead and just go ahead and not worry about it. It seems like it's a foregone conclusion. This war is pretty much sorted at this point. Which means we're very close to where we want to be with Tripolitania. Oh my goodness, there's an Egyptian revolt. There's a communist revolt in Egypt. That is wild. Alright, so I think the main front is going to be the northern front. And then we'll grab the Army of West Africa and put them in the south. That is bananas. Oh, it's a big ol' communist revolt as well. Dang. Alright, well, we can handle that. We can handle that, and then we'll go right after Tripolitania as soon as that's done. I don't really feel the need to do a massive mobilization here. I think we can get it with just the armies we've got currently. Maybe we'll grab one. Maybe we'll mobilize the first army of Indonesia and put them in the area too, just to make sure that we've got sufficient strength. in the area. I'm feeling overall very confident. I don't think Egypt has very strong production methods for its armed forces, so I'm overall pretty confident. But you know, just to be on the safe side, you don't want to tempt fate or anything like that. All right, this front's looking good. Lower Egypt is the capital, obviously. Philippe Arquet has started a movement for mass conscription. Or no, he's going to join the movement for mass conscription. So, who are you? You're a market liberal. 2 arms. Interesting. That's very fun. We got an army over here. Force comparison's not very good, but I think we're for sure going to win. And over here as well. So I'm feeling overall pretty confident. And as soon as these 2 wars are finished, then we go after Tripolitania. Yes, haha, yes. I would love to actually reduce French South Africa's autonomy. That's a country whose autonomy I could reduce. Oh, this war's not popped off yet. It's the one in Haiti that's going on. Well, was going on. It's done now. We got there, friends. We got exactly where we wanted to be located at. Are you going to the main front? Yes, you are. Perfect. So once this war finishes out, then we'll go after Tripolitania. And hopefully we won't have a series of wars all popping off at once. How much infamy would it be realistically to grab Romania? Just for my own edification. 38.3. Too much. That's sad because they're on the coast. I could get there. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying I could get there. I'm not saying it would be a good idea. I'm just saying it's possible. I'm just saying it's possible. We're just spitballing. We're just sharing ideas in an open, in a dialogue of open environment, in an environment of open. We're talking. I'm just talking about conquering countries here. Everyone's got an interest. Britain wants a trade agreement. Sure. Why not? I love trade. Let's see how these battles are going. There's the front. And we got a battle happening here. They've got more guys, but we're doing a lot better. They've got, I can't even tell. We're in the middle of a huge city here. I can't even see what's going on. We're in a city fight. What have they got? They got skirmish infantry. They got shrapnel artillery. They got line infantry. Oh man, you're showing up with a musket to a tank fight. Embarrassing. Downvote. Aotearoa is once again in a communist revolt. So we're just going to declare neutrality in that. They can go communist if they like. Alright, perfect. That's a victory in Lower Egypt. Woo! And then, how are things over here? We're fighting a much easier to see battle, which we appear to, for sure, be winning. Religious revolt in Haiti has been crushed. And communist Egypt is losing war support at a rapid rate. Oh my gosh. Oh, they're almost fully occupied. Well, how? Oh. Because now I've got nearly full occupation. I don't have the capital, though. I guess Matruh and the Egyptian desert just do not count. Okay, there we go. Now I've got Lower Egypt, so now it kind of makes sense. So now we're at full occupation. I wonder if occupation of parts of Egypt that are originally owned by the government count. And that's part of why they're losing so much support. Chiang Mai and peasant revolts. I don't necessarily need to support Siam on this. I think they've got a really good position. Ooh. Quebecois people are migrating to Maison. That's exciting. Oh, I'm so pleased. We got a lot of Quebecers going to France. Wonderful. Alright, well that's getting a little grisly. Alright. War complete. Communist Egypt is in default. Yeah, I hope so. They don't have any sources of cash. Great Britain's going after Congo. Trying to just steal it. I could get involved. Well, tell me, Congo, would you prefer to be conquered or would you prefer to be a subject? They would be willing to be a subject. But this time, I actually don't... I don't want to put my war with Tripolitania off any. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Because the war with Communist Egypt is going to sort itself out pretty quickly. So I think we'll have enough time to fire off our war with... Okay, here we go. So, Tripolitania. We want to annex you. They will not accept. We'll confirm. Goodness, what on earth has happened to all my convoys? Okay, well, that sorted itself out. Alright, so we will grab the Army of North Africa to this front, and the Army of West Africa to this front. And now I need to decide what my position is. I actually don't really need the Army of North Africa for this, I don't think. So now I need to figure out what I want to do with Congo. Do I want to fight Britain at the same time as I'm fighting Tripolitania? I think... I could get a subject. The temptation is super duper high. Go after Britain once again. You know what? I think I'm going to let it go. I think Britain can have Congo for a bit. You can have things in Detroit. You can grab Congo. Just a little bit of Congo. Just as a treat. And I'm short of bureaucracy, incredibly. So I'm building tea plantations again? Stop that. Cut it out. Spain sides with Tripolitania. Spain, you absolute cad. Alright, well, we're going to have to reorient on this a bit. So, get the lads together. Second Army of Indonesia, you're going to handle the main front. Army of North Africa, you're going to handle this front in Spain, and then second and third corps, you're going to have to handle this territory, and maybe we steal something from Spain. Just to... Let's give it a second. Escalation is still paused. Alright. Maybe. We don't have any fronts over here. No, we don't. We bring the Army of Latin America over to the Egyptian front. And then, are you... Yes, mobilize, please. You join your fellow armed forces in Egypt. Actually, no. First Army of Indonesia, we want you in Fernando Po. Keep forgetting about Fernando Po, but you can't forget about Fernando Po. Now I'm losing cash at an alarming rate, but I don't think it's actually that big of a deal. So, as long as we're doing stuff, what if a subject maybe? Cuba? Ooh. I could just stay below the amount of infamy. Oh my gosh, this would be hilarious. Hold on. Let me just get a little bit more infamy down. Let's just make sure they're serious. Okay, it seems like they're serious. So. Oh my gosh. I'm going to do it. I'm going to get Cuba. Alternatively, I could conquer something. Islas Baleares or Fernando Po. No, let's get Cuba. Shazam. Anyone want to fight me? Anyone gonna try to stop me from taking over Cuba? No? Okay. I'll be able to get the capital, and the capital will be, I think, basically enough. So if Great Britain sides with Spain, then I'll side with Congo. But I don't think that's going to happen. Let's go ahead and, hey, not 5, 4. We'll stay on speed 4. We don't want to go absolutely buck wild here. I think we'll definitely have enough time to get this army, the Army of Latin America, into position over here. Goal in Tripolitania is just Tripoli as the capital. Yeah, that's the plan. Designate Tripoli as a strategic objective. I think I'm going to go ahead and put in a small tax hike here. Just to make sure that we're not going absolutely crazy. Make sure we have sustainability in this war. And we're still targeting the Spanish capital as our primary objective. I should get fleets in position, huh? Capitalist revolt in Tahiti. Well, that's a shame. I think I might need to get the Second Army of Indonesia over there instead. So, but I do have... Okay, I've got good force comparisons on the fronts that I'm in right now, so I'm not super worried about that. There's a revolt in Lanfang that I don't need to concern myself with. So we'll just declare neutrality on that. This is the capitalist revolt in Makran. Where are you? Oh. I have wanted you to be my subject for a while. But would you be? No. Alright. Neutrality it is. Let's see. Fleets. I was going to put fleets in position. So, Mediterranean Squadron, you're going to go here. I'm going to set you... I'm going to set you on raid convoys. We need someone on raid convoys over here, so we'll have it be this guy. Let's put you in the bay of this guy. And Escadre du Nord, we'll put you in Gibraltar. And we'll just shoot at anything that flies the Spanish flag. Spain's actually got a reasonable force comparison over here, but once the Army of North Africa finishes with this tiny treaty port up here, and the rest of our armies finish out with their respective fronts, I think we're going to be completely fine. So I don't necessarily need to concern myself with any of this. This is going to go really well, though, I'm hoping. I don't even know that I'm necessarily going to need to physically invade Cuba with how this is going. We got a Hell on Earth event. The perpetrators will pay for their crimes. Anti-Ard riot in Panama. Okay, I think I see what's happened here. Has Dreyfus died or something? Is that what happened? Spurred on by a particularly inflammatory opinion piece in the petite bourgeoisie-affiliated newspaper, the Panama City Times, large crowds have taken to the streets, burning effigies of somebody, possibly the head of the anti-Dreyfus Ards, but it sounds like that person hasn't been appointed yet, and shouting anti-Dreyfusard slogans, possibly anti-Dreyfusard slogans. There they go again, screeching, "Long live the army and down with the Jews," from the top of their lungs. Tonight comes the fires, tomorrow the cleanup, same old song. All this trouble for one Jewish soul? I'm starting to think it would be better if we leave the man in jail, guilty or not. Okay, alright, so these are, if you know your French history, you'll know that these are the Dreyfusards. So these are the anti-Dreyfusards. The Dreyfusards are the people who think Dreyfus is guilty. The anti-Dreyfusards are the people who think he's innocent. So the voices of people are the voice of God, reduced authority, stronger Catholic Church, stronger petite bourgeoisie, Jewish pops become radical. Try to contain the hysteria. Try to contain the hysteria. Angry Catholic Church, angry petite bourgeoisie, Catholic pops and panel become radical. Or let the flicks have a go at these brutes. Jewish pops become loyalists. Dreyfus's case. That's got to be Dreyfus's case strength. Slipping public order minus 2% authority. Brawls with police. Available because we've got law enforcement. Sure. I think increasing Dreyfus's case is good. And this is the smallest reduction in authority that I can get. I'm okay with... Oh, I don't want to lose that really nice rad bonus I'm getting from the petit bourgeois, but I think it'll be fine. They haven't... Their ability hasn't disabled yet, so I think we're going to be good to go. And there's the war. Perfect. So, with the Army of North Africa on the way, I'm feeling really confident. I should be able to get Spain's capital, and once I've got their capital, it's going to be just kind of a plug-and-chug situation with I'll be able to get everything I want. Oh, Vietnamese peasant revolt. That's actually a serious situation. I hate to divert the Army of North Africa to Vietnam, but I think I have to. Hold on. What's the situation looking like in Vietnam? They got 14 battalions. The government's got 4. Yeah, I think I actually need one of my armies over here. Oh, no, I got the First Army of Indonesia. They're done. They're ready to go. And I'm suffering from a little bit of tax wastage due to having low admin. So we'll go ahead and throw some government admin into place. Is there anywhere we're low on tax capacity? There is, actually. So we'll put 5 levels in the French Low Countries. Oh, there's actually quite a few places. All right, we'll put 5 levels in Burgundy. And we'll put 5 levels in Alsace-Lorraine. 5 levels in Franche-Comté. Maybe that's a little too many, but it's fine. It's totally, totally fine. I can afford it. I'm the king. So, battles in Spain look like they're going essentially all right. We are winning over here, ahead of a Japanese commander here, Hiyoi Jutoku. We are kind of losing a battle over here, but they've got us way, way outnumbered overall, so I'm not worried about that. And we got a massive battle going on over here, which we are decisively winning. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good overall. And as for in Tripolitania, well, we're winning this battle for sure. Nice, and that's the capital controlled, so once we've Belengana's in default, we're winning over here in the east. So that's also wonderful. Once those units bail, we'll be good to go. We got the duel. Bernard Pardon, an admiral, has challenged Celestin Medescler, the head of the trade unions. Don't fight, guys. We're trying to fight a war here. Fight the Spanish, please, and to a lesser extent, the Tripolitanians. Not that I care or anything, but they are your enemies as well. We're just trying to take over Tripolitania for the sake of getting the war goal we need. With Spain, it's personal. I want to get Cuba. There's the capitalist revolt in Tahiti popping off. So we are losing this battle. This battle, however, is going much, much better. We are decisively winning here. Co-belligerent in default, that's fine. Spain declared rivalry. Alright, well. That's on you, Spain. Give me Cuba. Give me Cuba. Give me Cuba Gooding Jr. War goal to conquer Cuba Gooding Jr. It's funny. Again, I don't actually think I've got to really get. Yeah, I don't need Cuba's participation in this. I only need to capitulate Spain. It's 160. Oh, we're gonna have to get them pretty low, but we've actually got them pretty low already. They're 5.58. They're losing a ton because of all the battles they've lost, and the amount of damage they've taken. We don't have a hold of the capital right now. Maybe I'll actually. You know what? Hey, there's Tripolitania conquered. Wonderful, actually. Perfect. Let's go ahead and throw down 30 levels of oil rigs. Anywhere else we can do oil rigs? We can do oil rigs here. And we cannot do oil rigs over here. That's okay. That's what we need. I'm gonna have the Escadre de la Méditerranée grab the army of Latin America and invade Cuba, and that'll just be enough to put the pressure on. Let that go. And then if it's faster to go this way than it is to get to Toledo, Spain's capital, then we'll be just fine. We just unlocked macroeconomics, which means we have the capability of the fascist Raj. Oh my goodness. That's wild. I didn't even know this was happening. Oh my god. I can get the Raj off of Britain. I can get the Raj off of Britain. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Is this absolute insanity? I think this might be actual madness. I think this might be madness, but I also really want to do it. I've only got 9 months. I wouldn't be able to get it done before the end of the run, though. Oh, it would be madness if I could pull this off. Oh my gosh. First of all, what type of fascism are you doing? Autocratic monarchy? That's exactly the same thing I'm doing. Who's heading up your government? The landowners in the Catholic Church. Or the Anglican Church. Well, they're not exactly the Catholics, but they may as well be. Oh my gosh. If I did this and I won it, it would be bananas. It would be ridiculous. Oh. You know what? Don't let your dreams be dreams. For this war, would they wipe peace? They would not, but they will be able to in a few weeks. So I might just bail out. 9th French Army, you're not a real army. You can go somewhere else. Alright, so we are in this now. We have fronts in a lot of locations. So let's go ahead and grab armies and put them in those locations. We'll grab the Second Army of Indonesia and just pop them on a front in Great Britain. We got the First Army of Indonesia over there. Where is the Army of North Africa? Because that's going to be a very important... Where physically are you? Okay, you're over on the front in Spain. So we'll go ahead and we'll put you in India right now. Oh, interesting. So Cuba is actually a primary participant in the war now, which is interesting. All right, well, we will be able to invade them, so I'm pretty confident that we can actually win over there. But I might be biting off more than I can chew here, and you know, if that's the case, then that'll be what it is. Emile Zola, accused of libel. Furious with what he considers the defamation of the armed forces' good name and reputation, Patrice de MacMahon has challenged the author of J'accuse Emile Zola with criminal libel, demanding the man be jailed for his insolence. Shouts of fury, indignance, triumph, and loss drowned the judge's drones. His detractors said that a harsher punishment was due. His supporters cried martyrdom, same as they had done in Dreyfus. A scandal besmirching France from one, a pity he wasn't around for a noose from another. The one thing they all agreed on, Emile Zola had the wrong punishment. The court rules guilty on all charges. Dreyfus's case strength increases by 1. Emile Zola will attempt to flee to avoid jail. 90% chance he gets away, 10% chance he's jailed. Happy armed forces. Guilty, but only a fine will be levied. Armed forces and intelligentsia, both mad, are not guilty. Freedom of expression is sacrosanct. Angry armed forces. How angry are the armed forces right now? Because I really could use the strength. Oh, they're fine. Not guilty. They'll be a little upset, but it'll be just fine. We gotta get this. Case is weak, will result in reincarceration. Well, hopefully we'll improve things from there. Come on, give me all of northeastern Spain, please. All right, perfect. So at this point, the Third Corps is also going to go to India. And I can win the war with Spain over here. I've got Cuba at this point. So, Spain is at negative war support. Cuba is at negative war support. So this is only going to be another couple of weeks. And then we'll be all set to fight Great Britain. Again. I can't stop shooting at Great Britain. Perfect. All right, so I've got some armies in Africa. I've got an army in Indonesia. The army of Latin America is over in Cuba. I can put them... I'm going to put them in India just to have a little bit of extra army strength. Do we have success? We do. Perfect. Propose. Perfect. And that's the war in Cuba completed. So we're going to send our other gigantic army to India to fight Great Britain over the Raj. Well, this will be lovely. This will be just fine. I'm so pleased. Let's go ahead and get Escadre de la Méditerranée over here. There's war with Great Britain popping off. We got a bunch of trade routes disabled, but we got good force comparisons on a lot of different fronts. Tahitian capitalist revolt is sorted. So I'm hoping we can use our superior... I'll put you over here instead. Our superior just kind of everything to win battles and win fronts and generally feel like a big old hero. Let's go ahead and put this army on the North African front just as long as they're here. We'll grab the Escadre du Nord over here. We'll put them in the English Channel so that if they try to do a cheeky naval invasion, buddy, where are you going? Go to India, the place where the war is happening. All right, that front is sorted. Where do we have an unguarded front? Togo-Ghana front. We got an army on the way there already, so we'll put this one in India. Actually feeling kind of ridiculously confident at this point. I got 2 battles kicking off in the Bay of Biscay, both of which look like they're wins for me. And, yeah, we're bankrupting Britain again. That's the West African front sorted out. Put this army on the front in India as well. We're already winning battles over here. Vietnamese peasant revolt is perfectly sorted out. I'm not needing anything additional over that. Oh my gosh, if we can win this, It's going to be bananas. Continent of opportunity. Survivors, not charity cases. Fine. I don't have that option for some reason. That's okay. We got all of our big armies in India, but let's focus on India for the time being. After that, we can go after Britain. Our allies are losing war support pretty rapidly, but Britain might end up losing more if we can do a lot of damage to the British armed forces. We can secure a lot of wins over here. I need troops in the northern front, so we'll put armies there. That's what we're going to have to do. The Army of Indonesia, yep, you're in the right place. You are in the right place as well. Perfect. We got a lot of fronts over here. I'm hoping to close this one out in good order. We're winning a battle over here with Great Britain. Now that we've got an army on the northern front, force comparison here is looking really, really solid. This battle looks like it might be a loss, but we just got here. And this one too. Oh, interesting. Maybe we'll be able to get there and get that sorted out in short order. Army of West Africa, you'll also need to go to this other front to shore that up and make sure that we don't keep losing territory over here. In fact, let's go ahead and reduce. Let's go ahead and go on to the defensive on this front, just to make sure that we're tightened up and not making any mistakes over there. We're still advancing on the front in central India, which is pushing forward at a pretty solid and rapid rate. So if we can stop the British from advancing in these other zones and go in this eastern front and go forward in the northern front, then we can have everything we could possibly desire to have. Because Britain doesn't have any capacity to reinforce the central front, I don't think. What is going on over here? Oh, we had a front split. Well, that's okay. Siak Peasant Revolt. Oh, do you have to do this right now? Let's go. Give me a rain check, Siak. Sort yourselves out. That's okay. I'll stop conquering territory in Indonesia, and Siak can have what it has. I think I might need to raise the conscripts, but I'm not feeling like I have to. I'm really not feeling like I have to at this point. Fronts are all looking solid. But you know what? Maybe it's better to be safe. We've got plenty of gold reserves. Let's raise the conscripts. 3rd Corps, 2nd Corps, Army of North Africa, get your conscripts together. If I can clear out this central Indian front, I would love to get the Army of North Africa invading Great Britain, just to be cheeky about it. Cause some damage over there, that'd be nice. But for the moment, they're in the place where they're going to be located at, probably until the end of the game. We got big, wild nonsense happening over here. If they can naval invade me, that could be an issue. But, so I think for the moment, they have to come in the south. And I don't think they've got the capability to do that. They have virtually no forces actually in Great Britain. So maybe the play is I get a small force there, and then I just do the naval invasion straight across and hope that I can do everything I need to do with speed, instead of actually having superior force, which is what I would normally need. Force comparison over here is looking a lot better. So let's go ahead and set these 3 armies to advance. And that'll allow us to get moving forward here. I'm going to now... Peasant Revolt. Why are these all... Why... I mean, I know why they're happening now, because now's a good opportunity. It's actually smart. I am winning this war, but not fast enough to be able to also handle a bunch of different revolts, so it really is a good time for these revolts to happen. But, on the other hand, oof, now, see, now the fronts are broken up. Now I'm having an issue. I've got to divert forces to these other fronts to make sure they're solid. So this army will have to, once again, go on to adamant defense. Alright, perfect. Okay, so this army can go there. That's perfectly fine. Army of North Africa, head on back to France and await further orders. I realize I am diluting my strength in India, but I think I actually have the capability to win now. This army can go on advance. And if we can get really, really cheeky with the army of North Africa, we can actually get wherever we want to get. So, does Britain have war support protection? They do not. Which means... but this is an annex war goal situation. Proletarian revolt in Honduras. Emilio Zola has been accused of libel again. I'm going to say he's not guilty again. I'm making my armed forces angrier and angrier, but I'm hoping it doesn't cause a problem for me. I'm hoping the sheer weight of my economy will be able to crush all the strength that Great Britain brings to bear in this situation. There's the revolt in Siak. I'm going to need to move pretty quickly to keep Maguindanao out of the hands of the communists. So, let's get this front moving. Two weeks till the end of the game. I'm gonna have to keep going. This is too... The meme value is too strong of stealing the whole Raj right from out from under Britain's nose at the 11th hour. Literally in December of 1935, this is happening. Come on, give me the rest of Siak. Oh my gosh, we've got an agitator now. French action. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, that's not the name of... Alright. I'm going to do my summary after. We're just going to continue playing. Yes, we want to be France. I'm just going to continue playing here because I want to... My summary is going to be real different if I could actually get a hold of the British Raj and establish the French Raj. That would make me extremely happy. The United States is offering support against communist Honduras. I don't need it. I can win this. I'm gambling. I will admit, I'm gambling. I think I can afford to divert my other armies away from this front, though. And then we'll get the Army of West Africa to Honduras. Do we have... Oh, French action. Among other things, anti-Dreyfusards were united under shared enmity for Dreyfus? I'm not sure. We've got a little bit of a weird thing going on here. Whether he was Jewish, an Alsatian, or simply a traitor, it did not matter to them. Someone was culpable for tarnishing France's glorious imperium. Maybe this is supposed to be Zola. I think this is supposed to be Zola. The anti-Zolards. Someone was... glorious reputation. Nothing short of a man's life would placate most. Some, however, demanded more of France. They demanded homogeny in a new nation. A positive investigation on monarchy is due. Interesting. Charles Marat becomes a reactionary icon. Plus 5% interest group pop attraction for the petite bourgeois. The only truth is Dreyfus's inherent guilt. Extra radicals from discrimination and support for national supremacy. -2 standard of living for Jewish pops in Ile-de-France. A nation under dictator and king is the only way forward. Morasian monarchism. Interest group political strength 10%. Let's just do the first one. I don't want to go buck wild with all this. I know I'm being kind of a traditionalist and a reactionary, but let's not be silly over here. All right. Oh my goodness, things are popping off in Russia. So we do have the Army of West Africa here. Let's do a naval invasion, or Army of North Africa. Let's see if we can't grab the home counties. Everyone's helping Russia, so I don't feel any obligation to deal with that situation over there. All on my lonesome. We're almost to Mugwinda now. We're going to need to get there fast. In an interview with a local journalist, someone... So this has got to be the guy... I gotta say, this event is thoroughly bugged, and I am enjoying it, but you're not... if you want to actually understand what's going on in this event, you're going to need to check out my other the Bonapartist France playlist, because this one's getting real silly. Now living in exile in Austria and suspected of many of being the real culprit of the affair, has apparently admitted his guilt, confessing that he was the Bordereau's true author. I wrote the Bordereau at the request of Colonel Sandher, who died today. It is unfortunate that Colonel Sandher died, as he knew the fact, but nevertheless, it is possible for me to prove that it was I who wrote the slip, despite the disappearance of the witness. The Bordereau was to be used to materially prove the guilt of Dreyfus, I think is supposed to be here. The intelligence office, having been able to collect against Dreyfus only moral proofs. It was known, however, that through the French spy service that the Italian general staff was in possession of documents that only, and this is someone else, could communicate to it. A light upon the case indeed increases Dreyfus' strength by 2. Nothing but Austrian lies to sow discord. Dreyfus' strength is increased by 1. The affair is larger than truth now. Heed not this confession. This makes everybody happy, but I want to give him a little strength. So we'll just decay relations to Austria a bit and get a little bit of case strength. So this is medium case strength. All right. Anyway, the primary thing we're working on is our war with Great Britain over the British Raj. We do have an invasion going on here. We're winning a naval battle, so hopefully we can knock these guys right out and get to the home counties before they can put an army there. And if they can't get an army into the area fast enough, I will be super duper pleased. What is the... Oh, we actually won the war in the British Raj. Well, that's excellent. Britain is losing war support much faster than us. So I think that is going to be a victory. Hey, soundtrack, let's get going here. Do you want to play me some music here? All right, well, if it doesn't work out, I know I can win all these small wars over here, so I'm not really worrying about them. I'm just gonna go until we've got the French Raj, and once we got the French Raj, I'm gonna put a pin in it. I'm gonna adjust my discussion of what's happening, and then perfect. So, the French East India Company. That is excellent information. 173 million people, 173 million GDP. Very good. So now it's the end of the run, I've decided. I know that was a little cheeky, but when you get an opportunity to do something like this, you have to take it. So, it's been a good 100 years and 3 months. We've built a hugely profitable, prosperous, and strong France. We restored the House of Bourbon, who were the French rulers during some of the most important years of the development of the theory of absolutism in the world, at least since the 17th century and late 16th. But I think they're part of a house that goes back to the medieval period, if I'm not mistaken. We have a customs union that exists on all corners of the globe, Asia, Africa, Latin America, briefly North America, although the USA has gone with Russia this time around, sadly, tragically, in fact. Yeah, if you include the British Raj, the French Raj, the French East India Company, our customs union serves 500 million souls at this point, the needs of 500 million souls, and has a collective GDP between, that's going to be 60 different countries of just over 1.2 billion pounds per year. So we've had a strong one. I've had a really good time with this run. I hope you have as well. If you enjoyed it, drop a like, drop a subscription. And I'll definitely, if you enjoyed yourselves, I hope to see more of y'all, and you can definitely see more of me by going to my page and everything. So, I've had fun, as always. I hope you have fun, and I will see you on the other side.